Shashi Tharoor versus Sushma Swaraj. Tharoor, watch this. A day after Shashi Tharoor criticised Minister for External Affairs Sushma Swaraj's speech at the United Nations General Assembly as being aimed at domestic voters of the BJP rather than elevating India's image abroad, a political war of words has broken out between the Congress and the BJP. Here is how Sushma batted for India at the global stage, and this is how the Congress leader Shashi Tharoor belittled her efforts. Is this how India stands for Indians, especially our representatives at international fora? Listen in.
और हमारा दुर्भाग्य है कि हमारे यहाँ आतंकवाद की चुनौती कहीं दूर देश से नहीं बल्कि सीमा पार अपने पड़ोसी देश से ही आई है। और वो देश केवल आतंकवाद फैलाने में ही माहिर नहीं है बल्कि अपने किए हुए को नकारने में भी उसने महारत हासिल कर ली है। 9/11 का मास्टरमाइंड तो मारा गया, किंतु 26/11 का मास्टरमाइंड हाफिज सईद आज भी खुला घूम रहा है, रैलियां करता है, चुनाव लड़वाता है, सरेआम भारत को धमकियां देता है। लेकिन एक बात संतोष की है कि दुनिया के देशों ने अब पाकिस्तान का सही चेहरा पहचान लिया है।
Some of the things that Sushma ji said one can fully appreciate and welcome, but some of the statements were actually a bit disappointing. You know, we get the sense that everything is about the political environment in India, and this was a speech aimed at the BJP voters and sending a message to the voters, particularly on the subject of Pakistan, rather than projecting a constructive and positive image of India in the world.
Here's why Shashi Tharoor will have to eat a humble pie tonight. Shashi Tharoor must take a look at the dossier accessed by Times Now. Here are 3 reasons why Pakistan needs to be exposed time and again on the international stage. Proof number 1, a member of Imran Khan's cabinet shared stage with India's enemy number 1, Hafiz Saeed. Proof number 2, satellite images exclusively accessed by Times Now show reactivation of terror launchpads across the LOC guarded by the Pakistani army. Proof number 3, this is the sleeper cell busted in Delhi by the NIA with terror funds worth rupees 2 crore being seized from here. And that is what Sushma Swaraj was exposing in the United States and giving her speech in the UNGA, something that Dr. Shashi Tharoor couldn't really understand. So the legitimate question on the Newshour tonight, will Baatcheet with Pakistan end the barbarism? Because that's exactly what Shashi Tharoor was hinting at tonight. That's the big question and that's the big debate that's coming up. Tharoor, watch this. Coming up on the other side.
You're watching the Newshour at 9. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Gaurav Bhatia continues to be with us. Joining us this evening, Major General G.D. Bakshi. Abdul Razak continues to be with us. Ashutosh Mishra, political analyst, joins us. And Suneet Chopra, senior leader of the CPIM, also with us. Ashutosh Mishra, I mean, what is this tradition that we are building up in our country? Our foreign minister speaks at the UNGA, and this is what the Congress has to say. This is what Dr. Shashi Tharoor has to say about Sushma Swaraj.
So I presume you didn't hear Mr. Tharoor properly, because what he was criticizing was the first part, which was an advertisement for what Modi government has done without its success having been proved. And what he was criticizing was Sushma Swaraj's failure to expose Pakistan's friend in crime, that is China, a place where Mr. Modi often goes uninvited. And it's because of China that Hafiz Saeed today is not an international terrorist. It's because of China that we are not in a part of the Security Council. It's fighting tooth and nail against us. and that's what he was criticizing, that this was a moment. What she was telling about Pakistan, the world already knows. Pakistan is a outcast today. It's on the FATF grey list. Everybody knows that. So what was new about that? It is the China hand which she forgot to speak about and use an international forum to address the 2019 elections, where she was speaking in Hindi, knowing fully well that it is being televised in India.
Rahul Gandhi is the one who's taken up issues about China. He's the one who's gone and met the Chinese ambassador, not believing his own prime minister, but trying to meet with the Chinese ambassador to know about Doklam, first denying the meeting, then actually having to admit to the meeting. And you're telling us that Rahul Gandhi is more,
I'm not speaking on behalf of Rahul Gandhi. I'm speaking on behalf of India, which wants to know that why didn't the foreign minister address the China problem? That's the elephant in the room.
You are defending Shashi Tharoor and you are saying you're not speaking on behalf of the Congress party. Gaurav Bhatia.
I am expressing the view of Indians which agree with what Mr. Shashi Tharoor said.
You know, first of all, I think we need to see what the impact of Sushma Swaraj's speech was. Pakistan today stands isolated. And we have exposed the terrorism that Pakistan promotes. And I think the international community received it well. A very strong message was sent to Pakistan through this speech. It is most unfortunate that the tight slap that was given on the face of Pakistan was felt by two persons the most. One was Imran Khan, the second was Rahul Gandhi. And this, I think, similarity disturbs us the most, that how is it that in hating Narendra Modi ji and the BJP government, you have decided to compromise on every principle of national unity and you have decided to side with Pakistan. Can we forget how Mani Shankar Iyer again, probably on the instructions of Rahul Gandhi on Pakistani soil, had said that if you want better relations with India, remove Narendra Modi ji.
Sir,
I am not done. I am not done, sir. Are you a Congress spokesperson? I am asking the Congress. If you are a Congress spokesperson, then you speak. Are you a Congress spokesperson? Are you a Congress spokesperson?
As the Prime Minister.
Let's have clarity in the debate.
Let's have the clarity. The clarity is very much there.
Am I done? What disturbed you so much that I can't even speak like
because what you are saying is not
wait for your
truth.
turn, be civilized. Yes, I'll give you. Now listen, if I'll give you 4 or 5 examples, I don't come without preparation. First of all, surgical strikes were done. India was celebrating. Every Indian was proud of it. Why did Pakistan question and why did Congress ask for proof? Nobody knows. Rahman Malik, interfering in Indian politics, says Rahul Gandhi would be the next Prime Minister. Does Rahul Gandhi need endorsement from a leader of an enemy nation? You would not answer. Hafiz Saeed, when he was released,
let me say,
sir, let me complete. I am not done. Let me expose.
Like an independent person,
the ugly face of Congress. I don't know. Are you Rahul Gandhi? Are you Rahul Gandhi? Why are you getting so disturbed? Why are you getting disturbed? Let me give a few examples.
The viewers should know the other side also.
No, the viewers should know that there are sympathizers of Congress who are actually Congress spokespersons, but they come as analysts on TV channels and they try to take no responsibility, but they will attack the BJP. I am on a larger point tonight. The point is this: for the sake of our country, no matter what the external affairs minister has said, whether you agree or disagree, you should stand with the country. These are not occasions to criticize. When especially a powerful message has been given, US has cut $300 million of US aid to Pakistan.
And
Pakistan has been reduced. Sir, please hear Sushma Swaraj ji on this occasion and the previous one. You know what she said? She has exposed that Pakistan is terroristan. She had given an example that India produces doctors, scientists and eminent people and Pakistan produces terrorists. So you would say, no,
Mr.
this is
Bhatia
again,
is confused.
This is showing the achievements of the government. I am not confused. The only person who is confused in India is Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi is confused that he has to stand with the country.
So Ashutosh ji, if the world knows that, then why does Mr. Mani Shankar Iyer, close friend and confidant and mentor of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, go to Pakistan and seek Pakistan's help to remove Mr. Narendra Modi from the position of a Prime Minister of India?
First of all, are you
Is
mocking?
it regrettable?
Are you
Is it
mocking?
regrettable?
Are you mocking?
I am saying
Indian,
no. I am asking
Indian
you.
voters. Are
You
you
will not
mocking
speak.
Indian
No,
voters?
is it
That they
not
are
Is
regrettable?
Mani Shankar
they are
not mocking
affected.
Indian
They are
voters?
in the pocket of
Is-
Pakistanis.
No,
That's
but
what he's trying to
is
say.
Mani
So
Shankar
this is a
Iyer not
ridiculous-
mocking
this is a
Indian
ridiculous
voters?
argument that if a
This is
person goes
ridiculous
and
now.
talks
Now Congress
outside,
spokesperson come in
Indian
the
voters
picture.
will be affected by it. Indian people have their brain. Indian
So Mani
voters will
Shankar
vote.
Iyer can
And that's what
mock.
BJP is afraid of.
Mani
that it
Shankar
has
Iyer
failed
can mock.
on all its promises.
Nobody
and they are
else can
trying to
mock.
divert the
Nobody
attention.
else
No,
can mock.
their love for Pakistan, I would just give you two examples. Rahul Gandhi comparing our vibrant democracy to a democracy which is in shambles just a few months back. And also the fact Shashi Tharoor saying that if Narendra Modi ji is elected the Prime Minister again, India would turn into Hindu Pakistan. Who has this obsession for Pakistan? It is the Congress.
And it is the bad side of Pakistan he's talking about.
All right,
That
gentlemen,
fact
I have to
Narendra
get
Modi will
in.
become
I
like
have to get in my
all the
other
people that
panelists
are
as well. I want to get in General G.D. Bakshi. General G.D. Bakshi, General G.D. Bakshi, I want to ask you a simple question. There has been a long tradition in this country that when our foreign ministers and when our prime ministers address the United Nations General Assembly, normally as a nation, we stand behind our country representatives, whether we are in the opposition, whether we are on the ruling side, we just as a country stand behind whoever represents India. Have we today broken that tradition, and is that a good precedent to start and set for future generations?
Look, in any mature democracy, there is a bipartisan consensus on matters of national security. We would be very happy as Indian citizens to see that consensus between our major political parties, that on the issue of national security, there is no compromise, we all stand together, there is no bickering, there is no point scoring, there is no brownie points being scored off one another. It is a national issue, and that's it, that's it. Today some very critical things have happened. Pakistan has been giving us the narrative that it is non-state actors who are carrying out these, and the Pakistani state itself is clean and lily white, it has nothing to do with terror. Utter nonsense. Today we have seen the unseemly sight of the Pakistani minister for interfaith harmony of all, offices.
Nurul Haq Qadri, Minister for Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony, sitting with Hafiz Saeed.
No, Namika, can I just finish? Hafiz Saeed, a globally designated terrorist with a 10 million bounty on his head. Pakistan is in flagrant violation of UN Security Council Resolution number 1967, which enjoins all countries to take action against such designated terrorists, to seize their funds, put them behind the bars. Here is a Pakistani minister of the Naya Pakistan, right, of Imran Khan, that Taliban Khan's minister, sitting with Hafiz Saeed. Mrs. Sushma Swaraj was very right. The Osama bin Laden, the perpetrator of 9/11, is dead. He was shot dead by the American SEALs in Abbottabad. The 26/11 mastermind, that mass murderer Hafiz Saeed, is still alive and cocking a snook. We Indians should feel ashamed. We are a great power. We must get him. We must do to him exactly like what the Americans did to Osama bin Laden. And for that, our parties will have to work together. We will have to evolve a bipartisan consensus. We will have to evolve a bipartisan consensus.
But that doesn't seem to be happening. Abdul Razak Khan, can you assure bipartisan consensus, Mr. Abdul Razak Khan? Because look at the statements made by the Foreign Minister of Pakistan. He, in fact, was echoing what Rahul Gandhi and various other Congress leaders have said in the last few months. Look at our fact check. RSS idea similar to the idea of Muslim Brotherhood in the Arab world. This was Rahul Gandhi in August 2018. BJP and RSS idea of a Hindu Rashtra is mirror image of Pakistan. July 2018, Shashi Tharoor said this. All Hindu terrorists arrested till now have had an RSS link. June 2018, Digvijay Singh said this. And RSS ideology spreads hate, hate leads to violence and violence leads to terrorism. June 2018, Digvijay Singh said this. Virtually all of them were coaching Mr. Qureshi, the Foreign Affairs Minister of Pakistan.
A lot of things. We are trying to mix up a lot of things. First off, about the UNGA summit where Sushma Swaraj ji gave a very good speech. Yes, it was appreciated by one and all. Even Shashi Tharoor ji in his statement appreciates Sushma Swaraj ji's speech.
Which part of
but
the
what he meant was there were a little He initially, Gaurav Bhatia, said that
no,
it was
are
a
you
very
okay with the
welcome
fact
speech,
that he said that Sushma Swaraj ji missed the opportunity of exposing Pakistan?
Certain statements were disappointing. It was a place
Do you think it was an election speech?
To put
the
India
way it
on
has
top
been
of the
portrayed
world.
to be by Shashi Tharoor? Do you think that our foreign minister on such an important international platform will make an election speech?
About Pakistan
this is what the essence of Shashi Tharoor's statement
appreciated
is.
by one and all, by each and every Indian. But at a place where you could have talked about the 2022 moon mission of India, you could have talked about a lot of other things.
Oh, so you want to reserve the right of what Sushma Swaraj should speak. Being in the opposition and she being in the government does not have the right to choose what she wants to say. Brilliant. Brilliant. I don't know why people choose governments because the opposition should always decide what the government should speak. Sunit Chopra, would you have been happier, as Mr. Ashutosh says, would you have been happier if Mrs. Sushma Swaraj had slammed China instead of only slamming Pakistan?
I can't talk when people are screaming.
Would you have been happier if China was slammed instead of only Pakistan?
Yeah. My point is, it's not a question of China or of Pakistan. And I think we are telling lies when we say that her speech was only dealing with cross-border terrorism. She spoke of the decreasing significance of the UN. She spoke of changing the structure of the UN. She spoke of climate change. Her speech was such a mix-up that nobody could have got any sense out of it. And it led to he spoke and she spoke.
That is why it was hailed by every participating nation.
And the next result
could not even understand what the strong message is in that speech.
Come to an agreement on people like Masood Azhar and we are willing to take action. If you can't agree, for heaven's sake, stop abusing each other.
Navika, let me
Mr. Sunit Chopra, what is this agenda-driven understanding of Mrs. Sushma Swaraj's speech? You seem to remember every single topic she raised. You seem to have understood every single topic, and yet you say she made no sense. Clearly, you have an agenda against her.
She made no sense because she mixed up everything.
Oh, come on, to people like you, even the most sensible words would not appeal because you are so clouded with hatred for Narendra Modi ji and our government. The country stands with the government.
Forget
people like you who have been decimated in politics are nothing but a reflection of Pakistan and its ideology. Living in India, making our country hollow.
Mr. Sunit Chopra, giving you full respect for your experience and for your grey hair. Mr. Sunit Chopra, I want to ask you just one question. Should we be looking at this entire issue in a bipartisan manner, or should we be looking at it from the prism of our domestic politics, especially when India is being represented at a global forum? Just answer that one question because people of this country want to understand this.
Yes, I've listened to your question. When you look at this, please don't forget that when they moved into Kashmir with the PDP in tow, the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha both gave them resolutions to bring peace. And what the hell did they do? 1,700 children.
Did you ask this to Ghulam Nabi Azad, who
More
made
than
a
300
statement that
General
Kashmir
G.D.
should be
Bakshi,
given a
General
greater
G.D.
autonomy.
Bakshi,
And then they
for
ran
them
away.
it's only
They
about
ran away
domestic
from their
politics. General G.D. Bakshi, they will not recognize that this is talking about India at a global stage. For them, it's only the narrow prism of domestic politics.
India at a global stage is India at home.
That is the real pity. I'm sorry, can I please have my say? I think she asked me that question kindly. So therefore, as I was saying, it is very sad for us, especially the military veterans, to see our political parties going for one another's throat and jugular instead of going for Pakistan. Last 30 years this nation has been waging an asymmetric war against us, and we can't seem to get our act together. Today, in his Mann Ki Baat, the Prime Minister has given a clear warning to Pakistan to desist from provocations on the line of control, to desist from violations of the ceasefire, and if it does not, and if it continues to slit the throats of our soldiers, gouge out their eyes, I think we will have to react as a self-respecting nation state. The Pakistani state is going to do nothing against Hafiz Saeed or Mahmood Azhar. We will have to take action. We will have to speak in a language that the Pakistani army understands.
Self-respecting country is the language a lot of politicians don't seem to understand here. What Sushma Swaraj said at the United Nations General Assembly is something that would make every Indian's head to be held high. But that's not something our politicians understand, because for us, it's narrow domestic politics and bickering, and only bickering that has become the order of the day. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on the debate. But you as citizens must decide who stands for India, and does this narrow politics serve the country? You are the judge. Thank you for joining me on this debate. News on the other side. Don't go away.